Good evening, YouTube, and members of the Temple of the Adversarial Forge. I'm going to give you a practical way to develop scrying vision. Okay, it's an exercise that I've utilized to develop my ability to scry. Now, what I have found is that there's one psychological barrier, okay, that is within everybody having trouble scrying. And this barrier tends to be the thought that you are going to look at something and see visions. It's not really how it works. As a matter of fact, I posted an exercise to the Forge that was given to me by Aquaman. And the whole point of it is not visualization, but rather anti-visualization. And this is very similar to the concept of scrying, because the goal really isn't to gaze into something. It is to ungaze into something, if that makes sense. Now, there's one simple thing I would recommend you do, okay, and it was something that was recommended that I do. This time last year, yeah, it was right around Christmas. A buddy of mine told me to start gazing into industrial strength magnets. I call them horseshoe magnets. I recommend this highly. It has worked. And the gnosis I obtained in regard to this was pretty amazing. I mean, in all actuality, it offered a lot in regard to how the world and the universe in general works. It was just amazing. But yeah, give that a shot. First of all, start off staring into this magnet for 5 minutes a day. Even if that's all you do, stare into this magnet for 5 minutes a day. Do it, because it's going to produce results. Don't ask me how. I really have no clue, but I know it worked. It produced some pretty intense phenomenon within me. But in regard to scrying in general, people will take a shoe stone like this, and they think that they can somehow gaze at it, okay, or into it, and see visions. And I mean, at face value, sure, I guess that's what's going on. But the real goal isn't to gaze. The goal is to ungaze, believe it or not. When you trick your eyes into not seeing what is in front of you, that's when your vision starts to open up to other things. Okay? As a matter of fact, there's a very similar exercise I just posted to the Forge in regard to anti-visualization that was recommended by Aquaman himself. And this is really similar. Because it's not about seeing at all, it's about unseeing. Now, this really has to do with manipulating not just mindset, but also how you're using your eyes. There's a slight physical adjustment that makes it easier. And E.A. Coetting mentioned it, I believe, in Evoking Eternity. I believe it was in regard to scrying, where he's talking about pulling your vision back, or learning how to see through something. Either way, and I assume this is subjective. you know. But one very simple method I used was simply placing incense in front of the shoe stone. Okay, and I'm going to just quickly show you how to do this from your perspective. Now, most people, when they're scrying, they're going to be looking here. Okay? We're trying to look beyond here into this area. It's kind of hard to train your mind to do that, though. So there's a very practical reason for utilizing incense smoke, and that reason is I want you to practice pointing your eyes at the speculum while bringing your gaze back to the smoke. So although your eyes are pointed here, you're focusing on the empty space between you and the speculum. Now the hardest part when doing this, one of the hardest obstacles you're going to face, is the fact that you're going to start whiting out. You're going to see a mist or a black cloud. Your vision's just going to go. So as a response, your eyes are immediately going to try and grab onto something. So the whole point of this exercise is to pull your vision back, okay? And then basically maintain that state of non-vision. You want to learn to maintain without panic what I call the blackout phase. Okay, because the longer you can maintain that state of vision, the better off you are, because you're going to start to notice the longer that you can maintain this state of nothingness, this nothingness is going to start bringing forth symbols. Then it's going to start bringing forth visions. You know, it's a productive thing. This can be done in and of itself, you know, as a type of meditation. So do it as much as you can. But remember the goal when utilizing a shoe stone or a scrying speculum. You're not gonna, this isn't gonna work like a TV. Okay, the whole point really isn't gazing at all. It's ungazing. The goal is not to see, it's to unsee. Alright, that's the mental barrier that most people are gonna come across, because they see movies and they see, you know, the Wicked Witch standing over a crystal ball and she's watching a TV show. It's not how it works. This is about altering your state of consciousness to perceive realities not seen on a regular basis. This is a tool to get there. That's all it is. Alright? You're focusing on one thing to unfocus on it. You're looking at something to not see it, in order to see that which is really there. You basically got to unsee the veil of illusion I like to call the white darkness. It's malleable, what seems to be solid reality. Alright, so give this a shot. Give it a shot for a few months, you know, practice it every other day in lieu of your normal Kundalini meditations. But work it, because it's all in how you use your eyes, and it's all in your state of mind. And once you learn how scrying vision operates, you're going to be wanting to shut it off. I mean, there's times where I'm sitting in here, and because the walls are black, I'll just start seeing things. Televisions that are turned off. Sometimes I'll be walking down the steps and randomly my scrying vision will activate. I don't know what does it. I think it's just a certain brainwave pattern, brainwave pattern that activates this. So, again, just give this a shot. Let me know what kind of results you get with it, and let me know if you got anything better. You know, if you are a veteran scryer, what did you use to develop these abilities, if anything? Is it just something natural for you? You know, I'd like to hear from you guys as well. See what you got. Alrighty. Infernal blessings. Devour, destroy, become, or be crushed. Pawn Draconis signing out.